Hi, it's Kimberly with Snuggle Babies Nursery, and I just wanted to point out that here is one of my newest doll kits. Her name is Kyrie, sleeping. She's really cute. She has a little sleeping face, and I think she's absolutely adorable. In fact, when I saw her go on sale and finally come in stock, I bought 3 of her because I was so excited. I just can't even wait hardly to reborn her. She's so cute and precious. But I just wanted to talk about when I first get the kits in, one of the very first things I'm going to do is open up the bag that the kit comes in. Usually they come in a bag that looks kind of like this, and they're nice and tucked in there with a label on it usually. So at least Bountiful Baby does put a label on it, and that helps to know which doll it is. So anyways, so I usually take them out. As soon as I get my box, usually within 3 days of getting it, I will go and check my invoice with Bountiful Baby, and I will go down the list and just verify that I got everything that was on my list and check it off one by one. And I'll also take each doll out of the kit one by one, and I will double check them very carefully for bubbles, dark spots, marks, deformed vinyl that doesn't look right. Just look them over really good and verify that, the doll kit is in good condition and that there's nothing wrong with it, because sometimes problems occur. You'll find that there will be a bubble that you'll barely see, and then it could even be underneath inside of the doll leg or arm or head, and then when you bake it in your new wave oven, it'll end up coming out with some kind of bubble, and your doll is ruined pretty much. I mean, there's ways you can correct something like that, but there's no guarantee that it won't show up pretty prominently. Maybe it'll be hidden under clothing or something, but I always, kind of check, make sure there's no cuts or anything between any of the fingers or anything really weird, and check the toes really good, make sure they look good. Sometimes it looks like, the vinyl won't be formed properly. I love this new vinyl. It's so soft. It feels really, really like soft and baby-like. Just double checking everything, make sure everything looks real nice. There's no mistakes in the vinyl. You'll notice each kit has on the back the symbol, like especially from Bountiful Baby, it'll say which doll it is. Like this one says Kyrie, and it has the number on it for the doll kit, and it says it's a Reborn, so it's a real Bountiful Baby Reborn unless someone stole it. But I order straight from Bountiful Baby. I just don't even bother with kits that aren't the real thing. And usually theirs are pretty good. The vinyl, you may get some little tiny pieces of vinyl sticking off when you first get them like this, but that's not a big deal. You can trim those off with scissors. For the most part, they're pretty good. You can see the inside of the legs look pretty good. That's another thing, is double check your legs around the edges. Make sure that everything looks real good, because if it was deformed at all, you couldn't get it in the cloth body properly. And so, I always check those real good and make sure they look nice. Just really double check your doll kit well. Another thing that I do, and let's see if we can point it out to you, is I always make sure that my certificates come in for the baby. So you got a real certificate, and that way you can send it off to your customer when you're finished. I always keep these in a safe place, like in my file cabinet or in a binder, so they don't get bent. And I make sure that I got one for each doll. And if not, make sure and contact Bountiful Baby. They'll help you with that. They're really nice usually. And another thing that I've been needing to do lately, because I've had a problem before, is I check the bodies really well, because I've had one before with messed up doe skin, and I don't want that on any of my dolls. I want to make sure and check them really good. Make sure the stitching looks good around the edges. And some clients are really picky. You wouldn't believe it, but they are. Just double check it really good. Make sure the holes look good, and I always leave the strings in, and then later I'm going to put in some straps in here instead of these strings. Now you can leave the strings in if you don't feel like using straps, but I purchased these straps. Let me see here if I can find some. I get these kind of like little tiny zip ties, and I use those, and they'll be inserted in here at some point. You can put them in, and then what I do is I put these in first. I leave the string in to hold the holes open, and it's a little bit of a process. You just kind of push it in. Once you get it all the way through, you can pull out the strings. I leave the strings in there to kind of keep the hole open. And but you can also just tie the strings around, you know, once you get your arm in there and everything, and it's all stuffed, and you can literally just use the strings. But as a more experienced reborner, I prefer to use the straps. They hold better, but even with straps, you know, these people can treat them kind of poorly, and their heads can come off. So it's always very important that you try to, you know, make sure you put out the best quality doll that you can. So usually I buy everything for my kit all at once, and I do often mark the name of the doll that I bought the body for on the outside of the package, and then I put them away. That way I know which doll I bought it for. You don't have to. You just can go back on Bountiful Baby's website and basically just find out which doll you have for the body for. But because I don't have a lot of time, I can't be having like lots of extra time because I'm in school, and I'm also a mom and a grandma, and I usually just write it on right now. So I would put, I would make sure first that they're the right ones, and then I would write the name on it. So Kyrie on that. And I'll take each one of these out. That way I know which doll it is. I mean, for me, that just works. Also, when I get my neck rings and plugs for the arms and legs, I don't buy neck plugs. I've never really had to. I just don't see the point in it. I just stuff it really good. And but anyways, I double check that all the parts that I need are in, and I check each ring. As you can see here, the number of the ring is on, I mean the plug and the rings are on them, so you can double check them carefully. Make sure you got the right number and that Bountiful Baby. Go down your list and check them off as you check, so you know you got everything that you needed to make your doll. So anyways, that's what I do. I know for a fact these are pantyhose that I buy from Bountiful Baby. They're like knee-highs, I guess. They're actually really good quality. I've been tempted to wear them, but no, I'm just kidding. I use these to put my glass beads into. It's kind of like a really fine sand that I use, and I got a huge bucket of it, and a huge bag actually. I got like, gosh, it was like probably $40 or $60 worth of sand at a time. That way I don't have to keep buying it regularly. But that's because I'm, you know, doing a few more dolls than probably some people. So I like to have, you know, a good 25 30 pounds of glass beads on me at a time. I also buy my stuffing, as you can see, in a huge bag. Although I am considering using this only for the arms and legs, I'm considering doing just the angel stuffing, angel soft stuffing in the body, so that it is softer on the body part. I might use that other one for the inside the legs and the head and the arms, but I'm thinking about just doing the angel soft in the body only for ultimate soft squishy feeling of a baby, you know. So anyways, I just thought you'd like to see what I do when I get my dolls in, and check my invoice and basically make sure that I got everything and it's all marked off. And I also keep those in a binder so that I can easily find out how much I paid for each item so that I can keep track of it. And the only other thing I do is when I get my dolls, I wash them really good with soap and water and rinse them, and then I let them dry. And I do bake them at least once or twice to get some of the water out of them in my New Wave oven. So I just thought I'd mention that. I don't use any of my home ovens because I don't want to get sick. So I don't want my kids to get sick. So we don't use our oven from home because of the vinyl fumes. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. So you know that if you buy a doll from me, you're getting a quality doll. I don't buy seconds. I never have. I don't think I ever will. I just don't want parts that aren't the best quality for my customers. So I do not buy seconds. But isn't she, this little girl, cute? I can't wait to reborn her. And I'll probably make sure and record some of it so you can watch me making my baby, and you can learn to do it for yourself if you want. Or you can just see my process and see how fun it is and how enjoyable it is for me as a craft. So I tend to be an oil painter, and when I found out about Reborns, I was really excited, especially when I heard it was an oil painting process, and you know, trying to go from you know, a basic thing like this to having a very realistic looking body part. So it's kind of a challenge for me. I really enjoy it, and I just thought I'd share a little bit of that process with you. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed learning about what to do when you first get your product in. Talk to you later. Bye.